The ability to speak effectively is one of the most underrated superpowers a person can have. Think about it when you can communicate in a way that captures attention and keeps people listening. You suddenly hold the keys to influence, persuasion, and success. It doesn't matter if you're selling an object, presenting an idea, or trying to convince someone to follow your lead. If your words land with strength, you win. That's why I always say, if you want to dominate in sales or in life in general, don't just study the product, don't just polish the slides, don't just obsess over numbers. Learn how to talk. Learn how to speak with conviction, with energy, with presence. Because speaking well and selling well are practically identical. The sharper you become at delivering your thoughts out loud, the more naturally you'll be able to close deals, form connections, and leave in rooms where everything looked perfect on the surface. The product was excellent, the price was fair, the statistics were solid, the PowerPoint was polished. But then the speaker opened their mouth and everything fell apart. No matter how impressive the information was, the delivery was flat, lifeless, and forgettable. And do you know what happens in those situations? The audience stops caring. They might nod politely, but mentally they've already checked out. Because in reality, people don't buy products. They buy energy, certainty, and the confidence of the person selling it. If that person is dull, that person is magnetic, the deal lives. That's why your number one focus should be getting good at talking. Not average, not okay, but truly good. What does good even mean when it comes to speaking can make people feel something? It means your words carry weight, your tone carries life, and your presence demands focus. Imagine someone trying to sell you an ebook. If they're droning on in a low, bored voice, you're gone in 30 seconds. But if they describe the transformation the ebook will give you, if they paint a vivid picture of what your life looks like after reading it, suddenly you're engaged. That's the difference between being a talker and being a communicator. Now, the style you adopt has to be yours. I can't give you my exact voice because my way works for me. It matches. Personally, I go over the top. I gesture with my hands. I raise my voice. I let passion pour out. I exaggerate to the point where no one in the room dares to look at their phone because my energy dominates the space. But that's my lane. You don't have to copy me. Some people win audiences with humor. Others win them with calm storytelling. Others win them with warmth and pause speakers who laugh constantly while they talk. And because of that, everyone feels drawn to them. People like positivity. It's infectious. When someone laughs easily, it makes you think, this person's life must be good. I want to know what they know. That in itself makes them magnetic. So here's what you should do. The next time you hear someone who grabs your attention, analyze it. Ask yourself, what is it about them that keeps me listening? Is it their pacing, their rhythm, their sense of humor, their confidence, their tone? Once you figure that out, use it. Adapt it into your own style. Develop your own brand of engaging speech. Don't try to be a carbon copy of anyone else. The key is finding a way that feels authentic to you while still keeping people hooked. And one thing is universal, energy always beats lethargy. Low energy never works. In any context, being animated, alive, and present is far more effective than dragging your words like you're half asleep. Even in places you wouldn't expect, like in the bedroom, having more enthusiasm creates a better experience. So why would it be any different when you're selling or presenting? Another thing you must get rid of are filler words. Like. These verbal crutches kill your authority. Everyone does it to some extent, but great speakers train it out of themselves with notes. I don't have a teleprompter. I go off the top of my head, and I almost never slip into those lazy sounds. That's not because I'm special. It's because I trained. I slowed down at first. I taught myself to breathe. I taught myself to pause instead of filling silence with nonsense. Over time, I got faster and sharper until I reached the point where I can talk at high speed without stumbling. It's not about talent. It's about discipline. Why is this so important? Because hesitation costs trust. Imagine someone asks you, explain how this system works. If your answer starts with, okay, you've lost credibility before you even begin. Even if you eventually give the right answer, they're doubting you already. Now imagine the alternative. Repeat the question back. You want to know how this system works. Here's exactly how it functions. That repetition buys you time to think while projecting total confidence. It's a small adjustment, but it makes a huge difference. This is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Instead of fumbling while you gather your thoughts, repeat their question. You gain a few seconds of breathing room while sounding composed. It's worlds better than, Because the moment people hear stammering, they check out. They assume you're unsure. And if you sound unsure, why should they believe you? I've closed deals simply because I answered confidently while my competitor answered hesitantly. Nothing else mattered. Personally, I can't stand listening to someone who fills every gap with or irritates me to the point where I lose respect for them. If you want to be taken seriously, kill that habit. Replace it with pauses, with repetition, with composure. That's how professionals talk. Now let's move into another layer of this skill, your presence beyond just words. Because the way you carry yourself can prevent problems before they even start. My brother and I are controversial figures. Most people don't like us. We know that. And yet, despite that, Very few people ever confront us in public. Why? Because of how we present ourselves. Confidence and body language act like shields. They repel trouble. There's a story I love to reference that proves this point. Years ago, in India, tiger attacks on miners became a major problem. Workers were being mauled constantly. The solution scientists came up with was incredibly simple, but unbelievably effective. They gave the miners masks with human faces painted on them to wear on the backs of their heads. Why? Because tigers prefer to ambush from behind. But when they thought the miners were watching, they didn't attack. Overnight, attacks dropped dramatically. The predators didn't want to risk it. Humans aren't tigers, but the psychology is similar. Most people don't want to confront someone who looks alert and aware. They prey on weakness, on distraction, on fear. If you look switched on, if your body language says, "I'm not the one to mess with," most people won't bother you. Even something as small as a handshake can send that message. A firm grip isn't just about professionalism, it's about authority. It says, "I'm not fragile, don't underestimate me." Yet in school, they only tell you a strong handshake makes you likable to employers. That's shallow advice. The reality is your handshake can also serve as a warning. When my brother and I are out in public, we practice subtle awareness. It's not paranoia, it's just intelligent positioning. For example, when we're at a restaurant, I'll take the seat with my back to the wall so I can scan the whole room. That way, he can relax knowing someone is watching his blind spot. We do this naturally without thinking. It's like wearing the tiger mask, just a little bit of awareness that prevents problems before they happen. And this applies even when you're alone. Imagine you're at a cafe with your laptop. Most people choose the worst possible spot. They sit with their room, headphones blasting, eyes glued to the screen. That's dangerous. They look like prey. If something goes down, they'll be caught off guard immediately. A smarter choice is to sit where you can see the entrance, see most of the room, and react if anything unusual happens. This doesn't mean you're paranoid, it means you're prepared. And in emergencies, preparedness is the difference between survival and disaster. Look back at some of the tragedies that have happened in recent years. Bombings, shootings, terrorist incidents. Many survivors weren't lucky, they were aware. They had chosen positions where they could see the environment, and that awareness gave them time to react. Meanwhile, the ones slouched in corners with their backs exposed never saw it coming. That's why I say awareness and communication go hand in hand. Both are about presence. Both are about control. Both make you stand out from the average distracted person. Don't be the person burying their phone, oblivious to everything. Don't be the person mumbling through a presentation with zero energy. Don't be the one saying, "Oh, every other word." Be the one people remember. Be the one people listen to. Be the one people don't mess with. If you can master the skill of talking, truly master it, you gain power that translates into every part of life. You'll sell better. You'll persuade better. You'll lead better. And on top of that, when combined with awareness and body language, you'll carry yourself in a way that protects from unnecessary problems. Communication is more than words. It's energy, presence, and perception. Train it, refine it, and it will pay you back 1,000 times over.